The Mongolian Empire, a vast and powerful entity, was born from the harsh steppes of Central Asia. This expansive empire didn't just appear out of thin air. It was the product of a challenging environment, a dynamic tribal society, and the strategic brilliance of one man, Genghis Khan. The Mongols, a nomadic people, were shaped by the rugged landscapes they called home. The vast, open steppes of Central Asia, with their harsh winters and scarce resources, cultivated resilience and resourcefulness in the Mongols. They were a people of horse riders and hunters, expertly navigating their unforgiving environment. In the early 12th century, this nomadic society was composed of numerous tribes, often at odds with each other. This was a world of constant conflict and shifting alliances. However, the Mongols were more than just a collection of warring tribes. They were a society with a rich oral tradition, a robust social structure, and a deep respect for the laws of the steppe. Enter Genghis Khan, born as Temujin. He was a figure who would transform this landscape of tribal conflict into a united front. Through a combination of military prowess, diplomatic strategy, and sheer force of will, Genghis Khan succeeded in doing what many thought impossible. He unified the Mongol tribes under a single banner. His leadership marked a turning point in the history of the Mongols. Genghis Khan didn't just unite the tribes, he restructured Mongol society, introduced a written language, and established a code of laws known as the Yasa. This code not only governed the conduct of the Mongols but also facilitated the administration of the rapidly expanding empire. With the Mongol tribes united, Genghis Khan turned his sights beyond the steppes. His ambitions were not limited to the unification of the Mongols. He envisioned an empire that stretched across continents, an empire as boundless as the steppes themselves. Thus, under the leadership of Genghis Khan, the stage was set for the creation of the largest contiguous land empire in history. Genghis Khan was not just a fierce warrior, but also a brilliant military strategist. This notorious Mongolian leader, who ruled from 1202 to 1227, was known for his cunning, flexibility, and innovation on the battlefield, which led to the formation of the largest contiguous empire in history. Firstly, Genghis Khan was a master of psychological warfare. He knew that fear could be as potent a weapon as any sword or arrow. He would often exaggerate the size of his army, using tactics such as lighting multiple fires at night, or ordering his soldiers to kick up dust during the day, creating the illusion of a larger force. This would instill fear and demoralize his enemies, often leading them to surrender without a fight. Secondly, his military tactics were incredibly flexible. Unlike many of his contemporaries, Genghis Khan did not adhere to a rigid battle plan. Instead, he was known to adapt his strategies based on the circumstances, often changing tactics mid-battle. This ability to think on his feet made him unpredictable and gave him the upper hand in many conflicts. Thirdly, Genghis Khan was a pioneer in the use of spies. He would send agents to infiltrate enemy territories, gather intelligence, and even spread misinformation. This inside knowledge of his enemy's plans and weaknesses allowed him to plan his attacks effectively and strike where his opponents were most vulnerable. Lastly, Genghis Khan revolutionized the use of horse archers. His soldiers were expert riders and archers, able to shoot with accuracy while moving at high speed. This mobility allowed them to harass enemy lines, disrupt formations, and retreat quickly when necessary. And speaking of retreat, Genghis Khan also employed a tactic known as the feigned retreat, where his forces would pretend to flee, luring the enemy into a chase only to turn and attack when the enemy was disjointed and vulnerable. These strategies, combined with the Mongols' superior horse riding skills, made them an unstoppable force on the battlefield. Genghis Khan's innovative strategies and psychological warfare not only won him countless battles but also helped to shape the very face of warfare as we know it today. With a united Mongol nation behind him, Genghis Khan began his campaign of conquest. The year was around 1207, and the Mongol leader had his sights set on the expansive Western Xia dynasty of China. The Western Xia, with their fortified cities and large armies, were not an easy target. But Genghis Khan, with his strategic genius and disciplined warriors, was not deterred. He launched his first major military campaign, using his cavalry's speed and the deadly accuracy of his archers to devastating effect. The Western Xia fell, marking the beginning of the Mongol Empire's unprecedented expansion. However, Genghis Khan did not stop there. His next target was the Jin dynasty, another powerful Chinese empire. With a combination of psychological warfare, diversion tactics, and his signature cavalry charges, Genghis Khan orchestrated a series of victories that led to the eventual downfall of the Jin dynasty. The Mongol leader's reputation as a formidable conqueror spread far and wide, yet it was his ruthless campaign against the Khwarezmian Empire that truly defined his military prowess. Genghis Khan had initially sought a peaceful trade agreement with the Khwarezmian Shah. But after the Shah's ill-advised decision to kill the Mongol envoys, Genghis Khan responded with a full-scale invasion. The Khwarezmian Empire, once the most powerful state in the Islamic world, was decimated. Its cities were razed, its population massacred, and its lands incorporated into the rapidly growing Mongol Empire. These conquests were not just about territorial expansion, they were a testament to Genghis Khan's innovative military strategies, his effective use of psychological warfare, and his ability to adapt and learn from his enemies. Each victory added to the Mongol Empire's strength, leading to further conquests and consolidating Genghis Khan's legacy as one of history's greatest military leaders. In just a few decades, Genghis Khan and his Mongol warriors had conquered a vast swath of Asia and Europe. This was just the beginning of the Mongol Empire's reign, an era that would leave an indelible mark on the annals of world history. Genghis Khan's death in 1227 did not mark the end of the Mongolian Empire. Quite the contrary, the Mongolian Empire continued to expand under the rule of his sons and grandsons, who carried the torch of their father's military prowess. Genghis Khan left behind an empire that spanned from the Pacific Ocean to the heart of Europe, and his successors ensured that this empire would continue to grow. His third son, Ogedei, assumed the throne after his death, and under his rule, the Mongols invaded and conquered Korea, parts of the Middle East and Eastern Europe. His grandson, Kublai Khan, extended the empire even further, establishing the Yuan dynasty in China and becoming the first non-Chinese emperor to conquer all of China. But the legacy of Genghis Khan went beyond military conquests. His empire's influence on trade, culture, and technology was profound and far-reaching. The Mongols established the Silk Road, a complex trade network that connected the East and the West, fostering economic and cultural exchange. This led to an unprecedented flow of goods, ideas, and technologies across continents. Even today, the Silk Road is hailed as a symbol of the interconnectedness of our world. Culturally, the Mongolian Empire was a melting pot of diverse cultures, religions, and languages. Genghis Khan encouraged religious freedom within his empire, an act that was quite progressive for his time. This resulted in a rich cultural tapestry that influenced art, literature, and philosophy. Technologically, the Mongols were known for their advanced military technology. They were among the first to use gunpowder in warfare, and their innovative siege tactics revolutionized the art of war. In conclusion, Genghis Khan's military genius did not only create an empire, it changed the course of history. His strategies and tactics are still studied in military academies today. Genghis Khan's military genius not only created an empire but also left a lasting legacy that shaped the world. Genghis Khan, a name synonymous with conquest, changed the course of history with his military tactics. In the vast expanse of the Mongolian landscape, a powerful empire rose, setting the stage for an unprecedented era of expansion and domination. At the helm of this empire was Genghis Khan, a leader whose military strategies were as potent as they were groundbreaking. The rise of the Mongolian Empire was not an accident. It was a well-orchestrated dance of strategy and power, a testament to Genghis Khan's ability to unite the Mongolian tribes under one banner. The Mongol cavalry, with their swift horses and skilled archers, became the backbone of Genghis Khan's formidable military force. Genghis Khan's military strategies were innovative and ruthless, designed for maximum impact. From the feigned retreat to the enveloping tactic, each strategy was a chess move that brought him closer to victory. His use of psychological warfare, leveraging fear as a weapon, was as effective as his physical tactics. The campaigns of conquest were swift and relentless. From China to Persia, no territory was out of reach for the Mongol Empire. The speed of these conquests was astounding, a testament to Genghis Khan's strategic planning and the efficiency of his forces. Yet it is not just the conquest that defined Genghis Khan's legacy. His influence permeated beyond the battlefield, shaping cultures and societies in his wake. He introduced a system of law and order, promoted trade, and encouraged religious freedom. His rule, while marked by violence, also brought about advancements that continue to resonate throughout history. From the harsh steppes of Mongolia, Genghis Khan's tactics created an empire that left an indelible mark on the world, an impact that can still be felt today. His story, a fascinating blend of strategy, power, and influence, serves as a reminder of the indomitable spirit of human ambition and the transformative power of tactical genius.